Hi everyone, welcome to A to B Model Railways and our February 2025 shop update video. No, do not adjust your sets. I am sat in the car seemingly in the middle of the night. It is 6:36 a.m. on Sunday the 23rd of February 2025, and today is the start of our exhibition season. I'm due to be heading to the Ilkeston Woodside Model Railway Club's annual event, which takes place at the Heanor Miners' Welfare in just a few hours' time. And I'm here to collect the stock from the shop. So for this video, I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a trader's perspective of what it's like to exhibit at one of these shows, give you the story of the show, if you like. The video will feature some running on some of the layouts that are there in the exhibition, and we're also going to intersperse it with some running on our shop layout. And at the request of one of our subscribers, who is called Bachmann Obsessed, we're going to be running some of the Bachmann products we've got on sale in the shop at the moment. It's only a small sample of our range, but we're going to have them out at work on the shop layout. So let's get started. Let's head over and see what the first train is. So the first loco we've seen on the layout is a Bachmann Class 20. It's one of two that we've got in the shop at the moment. DCC ready, both in BR green, just with different running numbers. And as you can see, they come with working lights and they run really smoothly. They're currently on sale at £180 each. You can find them on our sale pages. If you're interested, just head to www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk and select the sale page option from the top menu bar. Now, we'll be back on the layout shortly because another loco is going to come in and take those coaches back down the line. We'll see what it is in due course. But I wanted to show you just how our show weekend begins. As you can see, the shelves are looking very, very sparse behind me. And there's a reason for that. The reason is that our stock is all packed up here in boxes and bags, ready to be taken to the show. So not a lot left on the shelves right now. Few bits and pieces I need to add. Shop's in a bit of a mess, as you can see. Now, all the stock was packed up yesterday, loaded into boxes after the day's trading finished, and normally I would look to take them back home overnight and store them overnight so I could go straight to the show from here, but unfortunately that wasn't possible yesterday. I wasn't actually working in the shop yesterday. Mum and Dad have done all that because I was over at Pride Park Stadium watching Derby play Millwall. Let's not go there. I don't want to talk about it. Very, very depressing. Getting ready for life back in League One, I think. I was going to come up after the game because it was 12:30 kick-off and help with the pack-up. My dad said, don't bother, the car parks were rammed. They were queuing to get in the car parks. There was no way I was going to get the car close enough to be able to load it up. So I've had to come up first thing this morning. It's now 10 to 7 and we better get started loading the stock in the car. So let's head back to see what loco is next on the layout. So the loco that took the carriages back out the station and on the journey back down the line is a Bachmann model of a Standard 4, catalogue number 31117, depicts locomotive 75014, which is a preserved locomotive, and I believe it's currently running on the Paint and Dartmouth Steam Railway named Braveheart, so you can go and see the prototype there. It's a lovely running model, looks great, runs well. We had quite a few of these when they first came out, and they sold really, really well, but that's the last one we've got in stock, or one of the last ones we've got in stock. So head to our website if you're interested in those. You'll find it on the sale pages, discounted of course, because it's been lingering in stock for a while, and grab yourself a bargain. Now it is just gone 7:15 in the morning, about 7:17. It's taken me just under 3/4 of an hour to get everything packed into the car. I suppose the difficulty today was I didn't pack the boxes myself, as I mentioned, and so it didn't all go in the car as I hoped it would. So I had to do a bit of shuffling around, and there was one or two bits Mum and Dad forgot that I've had to sort of throw in the boxes as well. So it's took me a bit longer than it would normally do. But we're ready to go. So I better hit the road. I've got about a half an hour journey over to Heanor now. Show opens at 10, so I'm going to have about 2 hours or so to get everything into the venue, get it all laid out on the stand and get myself ready. Hopefully it'll be enough time. It usually takes me just over an hour, so we'll see how we go. Usually get some help with carrying the stuff from the car, so we'll see how we get on. Show's usually pretty kind to me, to be fair. Usually get good takings there. Last year, not so much. Trade died off in the afternoon, but I think because it clashed with the League Cup final, that might have had something to do with it. It did sort of set the trend for the year. Actually, 2024 was not a good year for me in the shows, apart from one event which broke all records at the right end of the table. Everything else was pretty much like my football team at the moment, languish in the relegation zone. So let's hope that this year's event will provide a change of fortunes. Fingers crossed. While I head off to the car and head off to the show, we'll see what's arriving next at the station behind me. So the final locomotive we've seen in our little layout running session there is one from our second-hand stock. It is a B1 locomotive in Heanor apple green, carrying the number 1264, which also depicts a preserved locomotive. The prototype is now at the Nottingham Heritage Centre in Ruddington, undergoing overhaul. It previously ran on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, and at the very beginning of its life, over on the Great Central Railway in Leicestershire. Hopefully it'll be back in service very, very soon. The model was undergoing test when we did the filming, and as you can see, it runs really, really well. It is still available. It's not on our website at present, but if you are interested, you can get in touch with us. Find our contact details on our website, www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk. So it's just after 9:30, and we've made it over to the show. It's been quite wet while I've been unloading, but I've managed to get all the stock out on the tables. Little bit of a concern at the beginning because they moved my pitch to a different part of the hall. So the way I intended to set my stand up wasn't quite how I was able to have it. But we've got a nice little L shape here, and I've got the stage behind me to sit on. So I've got a nice grandstand view of proceedings. So fingers crossed, the show's going to be a success. And let's have a look around and have a look at some of the layouts. So it is coming up to 10:45 p.m. and this is the first opportunity I've had to sit down and film the final part of this video. Been a really long day. Don't want to think how long I've been awake today, but there you go. As for the show, well, big thank you to the Ilkeston Woodside group, because they always put on a really good event, and they help me so much. I had a lot of help with carrying the stock in from the car in the morning, and likewise taking it back out to the car in the evening. So that was nice. They got a good crowd through the door in the morning. It was busy from the moment the doors opened at just before 10 to probably just 12:30, I think it was, 1 o'clock maybe. They had a good crowd. Obviously died off at lunchtime, and they got a few more in the afternoon. So that was nice. And I didn't really stop. Sold well all day. Not always big stuff, but lots of sales, more than I expected. And takings wise, it was better than last year, which I think was first and foremost my aim, because my shows last year hadn't been good. Wasn't quite as good as the very first one I did over there, which is where I sort of benchmark it. It was about 90 quid down on that, but it was near enough. So I'm more than satisfied with what I've done today. Good start to the year, which was nice. Nice beef stew that they put on for me at lunchtime, so that was good. Much needed. And free teas and coffees all day. And as I say, with the crowd and with the number of sales I made, I didn't really get around the exhibits very much. So I'm afraid there's only about 3 layouts I've managed to film today. I've thrown a couple of extra ones in from other shows that I really like to see that I've not been able to use in other videos. So you'll have seen those just towards the end of the video, that I've put some extra ones in. But there you go. That's what the day's like. I got back to the house at about 5:10. Managed to pack the stall up and leave for about 4:30. Got back at 5:10, and the stock's all now unloaded in the house. Wasn't going back to the shop this evening. It'll be taken back tomorrow, loaded back into the shop, put back on the shelves in the evening, ready for us to be reopening on Tuesday morning at 10:30. So it's there you go. It's a very long undertaking doing these shows, but when you have a decent day, it's worthwhile. Really enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it's given you a bit of an insight into what being a trader at a show is all about. Next week we're out again. We've got a 2-day show over at Hucknall for first weekend in March. I'll put the advert up at the end of the video, so if you are in the area, please come along and see us and come and say hi. But if you like this video, please do like, share, and if you're not subscribed to the channel already, do subscribe, because the next video is likely to have some pretty big news, I would say. So stay tuned for our March video, which will be, I think, quite a landmark video. So watch out for that coming up very soon. But until then, thanks for watching, and cheers. A very well-earned whiskey this evening. Thank you.